Hello, my name is Toni Marie Burkhalter, and I'm here to introduce you to the topics of osteology and the skeletal system for Kinesiology 186, or human movement. Today we're going to be talking about osteology and the skeletal system, and as you may know, your skeletal system is one of the most important systems in your body for a good reason. There are many functions of the skeletal system. The 5 functions include structural support, movement, protection, a mineral storehouse, and blood cell production. In regards to structural support, your skeletal system is the framework for your body. Without the bones, you would just be a blob of tissues and liquids. Your skeletal system also aids in movement by working as a kind of lever. Your bones act as the fulcrum to help those muscles create the movement and propel your body. Additionally, your bones protect your body in many ways. Your skull, for example, protects your brain. Your ribs protect your heart, lungs, and other important organs. And without that protection, many of the day-to-day actions we do would put our stress on our body and possibly harm us. Your bones also act as a mineral storehouse. Calcium salts can be found in your bone and provide an essential reserve for minerals for your body to tap into when needed. 98% of your body's 1 to 2 kilograms of calcium are contained in the bones of your body. The last function of your skeletal system is blood cell production. As you may know, inside your bones, there are spaces that hold loose connective tissue called bone marrow. There are 2 types of bone marrow, the yellow marrow, which can be broken down to provide energy, and red marrow, which produces blood cells. But around that marrow are the very important structures that we call bone. We can investigate the macroscopic bones seen with our eyes, and we can look at the microscopic structure of your bones we can only see with a microscope, hence the term microscopic. In your macroscopic bone structure, you can look at your arm, and within that humerus bone, we can easily distinguish the types of bone that make up the humerus by porosity and density. So have you ever gone to a butcher shop and gotten a stew bone? If so, you will notice the outside shell of the bone looks very different than the inside of the bone. It's actually made of 2 different types of bone. For example, the bone type with low density has high porosity, meaning it has a lot of pores or spaces, and it's also found closer to the middle of the bone itself. That's why the bone type with high porosity is called spongy bone. The bone type with low porosity is called compact bone. When you look at the center of the bone after boiling it, you can see it looks like a bony spider web. This is made of spongy bone, and at first glance it seems to be arranged randomly, but it contains bony plates or trabeculae that are specifically oriented to maintain structure even if great force is applied, almost like the Eiffel Tower. In contrast, compact bone is often found around the outside of the shaft of the long bones, and is made of a plethora of osteons, the smallest functional unit of compact bone. Osteons have rings within them called concentric lamella that look like the rings around a tree. The lamella circles around the central canal, and inside each central canal is a small blood vessel which brings nutrients to your bone, making the bone vascular. There's a reason why we have the saying, bare bones. It implies that without your bones, you have nothing. In fact, if you didn't have your bones, it would be almost impossible to voluntarily move. However, bone has this reputation of being completely lifeless, almost unchanging. This is far from the truth. Bone is an ever-changing tissue in your body that reacts to the stress it is placed under. This may seem odd, but your bones can become stronger the more stress you put them under. Your bones do this through modeling and remodeling. Modeling, or formation of new bone, is most significant during the growing period of your life. Remodeling helps strengthen your bones by renewing and replacing existing calcium minerals after microdamage occurs. This remodeling actually increases your bone mass. So when you run, it sends shock waves through your bones, and your bones become stronger in response. Now, when someone says they have big bones, you might want to think twice about laughing, because thicker means more mineral dense potentially, and it could mean stronger bones. As stated, exercise promotes bone remodeling. It strengthens your bones for years to come. But your nutrition also plays an integral role in your bone health. Insufficient levels of certain vitamins and minerals may compromise the integrity of your bones. However, even if you exercise daily and eat a perfect diet, unfortunately, aging can still have a negative impact on your bone health. At age 25 on average, people have completed their bone modeling and their bone mass has peaked. After midlife, bone mass begins to decline. You may have heard of osteoporosis or osteopenia. Although most individuals experience general bone loss or osteopenia as they age, osteoporosis is a more serious disease state with documented bone loss that puts an individual at a greater risk of fracture. So if you're still under 25, take advantage of this time and make sure to have plenty of calcium, vitamins, and exercise to encourage bone modeling. And even if you're a little bit older, it's not too late because you can slow the loss of bone minerals through self-care. Your bones are amazingly dynamic with the ability to model and remodel bigger and brighter bones than ever. Now, eat some calcium-rich foods and go for a run.